All right, let's dive right into a world where light isn't just something that comes from the sun. It's a language, it's a weapon, and it's a tool for survival. We are talking about bioluminescence. Just picture this for a second. You're on a beach, late at night, no moon. The only thing you can hear is the waves crashing. But with every single wave, the water doesn't just foam up. It explodes in this otherworldly electric blue light. It's a sight so amazing that even Charles Darwin wrote about it, calling it billows of liquid phosphorus. Okay, but this living light isn't just trapped in the ocean. Let's imagine we're somewhere else. Maybe a warm summer evening in a field, and all around you, you see these silent, floating sparks just winking in and out of the darkness. It's like a secret language being spoken in flashes of light. And for our last stop, we're plunging deep, I mean miles and miles under the ocean's surface, into the crushing, total blackness of the abyss. Down here, where sunlight is just a myth, you've got these incredible creatures making their own light, putting on their own private light shows in the endless dark. So what is the deal here? What connects all these magical-seeming moments? Well, it's a phenomenon that's fascinated people for centuries, all the way back to folks like Aristotle noticing a weird glow coming from damp wood. This is bioluminescence, and today we're going to figure out exactly how and why nature figured out how to make its own light. To really get what's going on, we have to start small. I mean, molecular level small. We need to look at the chemistry, the actual chemical spark that makes this whole thing possible. At its core, bioluminescence is a type of chemiluminescence. So what does that mean? Well, in simple terms, it's cold light. It's not like a candle or an old light bulb that gets super hot to glow. Nope. This is light made when chemical energy gets converted directly into light energy, and it's incredibly efficient. So how does it work? Think of it like a really simple recipe. You've got your main ingredient, a pigment called luciferin. Then you add an enzyme, luciferase, which is kind of like the match. And when you add some oxygen to the mix, that luciferase makes the luciferin react. It gets all excited and unstable for a split second, and to calm back down, it has to release that extra energy. And boom, it does so as a photon of light. It's this beautiful, self-contained little reaction. Now, it's really easy to get this mixed up with fluorescence, but they are totally different things. A fluorescent creature is like a mirror. It has to soak up light from an outside source, like a flashlight, and then it spits that light back out. Bioluminescence, on the other hand, is its own power plant. It's making the light from scratch, right inside its own body. No outside help needed. All right, so we've got the how, but what about the why? And when did all this start? Well, the ability to make light isn't some newfangled invention. It's an ancient story, one that's been evolving for hundreds of millions of years. And here's the part that just blows my mind. The ability to make light didn't just evolve once. It has popped up independently at least 40 different times. Some scientists think it's even more than that. I mean, just think about that. Bacteria, fungi, fish, insects, all these totally unrelated groups, all of them on their own, figured out how to solve the problem of darkness by making light. It's one of the most incredible examples of convergent evolution out there. So why did it evolve in the first place? Well, there are a couple of big ideas. The first is the oxygen detox theory. The idea is that way back, when photosynthesis first started pumping oxygen everywhere, that oxygen was actually toxic to early life. Well, it just so happens that the reaction that makes light also uses up that toxic oxygen. So it might have started as a defense mechanism, and the light was just a weird, happy accident that evolution later found a use for. The other idea, the visual signal theory, is more direct. It says that as animals started moving into the deep, dark parts of the ocean, there was this huge pressure to be able to see and be seen. And so you get this evolutionary arms race between better eyes and better light organs. Okay, now for my favorite part, the absolutely wild ways that life uses this ability. It's not just one trick. It is a whole toolkit for surviving in the dark. It's basically a universal language spoken in flashes and glows. And man, what a toolkit it is. Creatures use light to scare off predators with a sudden flash, or to hide in plain sight. They use it to lure in a meal, or to find a date in the vast darkness. It's used for communication, for illumination, and even to trick other species. It's a whole language of survival, written in light. So let's start with one of the most brilliant uses, camouflage. So down in the twilight zone of the ocean, there's still a little bit of light filtering down from above. Now, if you're a predator hunting from below, anything swimming above you is just this perfect, dark silhouette against a brighter background. Basically, an easy target. So how do you disappear when someone's looking up at you? You use a trick called counter-illumination. Animals, like the firefly squid, have these little light-producing organs all over their bellies. They have sensors that can tell the exact color and brightness of the light coming from above. And then, they turn on their own lights to match it perfectly. And the result? Their silhouette just vanishes. They become completely invisible to anyone looking up. It is the ultimate stealth technology, powered by living things. But light isn't just for hiding. It's also at the center of one of nature's most famous rituals, finding a partner. But sometimes, what starts out as a search for love can end in a deadly trap. Oh man, this is a story of pure deception. It's like a film noir playing out in a field. You've got a male firefly, a photonus, flying around, flashing the specific pattern. He's looking for a female to flash back. He sees what he thinks is the right reply and flies down, expecting to meet a mate. But instead, he finds a photurus female, a femme fatale. She copied the signal perfectly, not for love, but for dinner. And it gets even crazier. She eats him to steal his defensive chemicals, which she can't make herself. It's a whole drama of love, betrayal, and chemical theft. All right, let's go even deeper now, into the pitch-black abyss where there is no light to hide against. Down here, the ultimate advantage is being able to see without being seen. And this is where we find one of the slickest tricks in the whole animal kingdom. See, most light in the deep ocean is blue or green, because water absorbs red light really fast. So most animals down there can only see blue and green. But the barbelled dragonfish, it's got a secret weapon. It has a special light organ that produces red light. And this is the key part. It has special pigments in its eyes that let it see that red light. For every other creature down there, that red light is completely invisible. So the dragonfish has its own private, undetectable spotlight. It can light up its prey, and they literally never see it coming. It's like having night vision goggles when everyone else is blind. For millions and millions of years, this whole glowing toolkit was nature's exclusive club. But over the last 100 years or so, we've figured out how to borrow its secrets. And in doing that, we have absolutely revolutionized science and technology. You know, our relationship with this stuff started out super simple. Centuries ago, miners would use dried fish skins for a faint glow so they wouldn't cause an explosion with a flame. But things really took off when Raphael Dubois identified luciferin and luciferase. The real game changer, though, was in the 1960s, when Osamu Shimomura pulled green fluorescent protein, GFP, out of a jellyfish. That work was so important, so groundbreaking, that it ended up winning the Nobel Prize in 2008 and just blew the doors open for biological research. And today, these glowing molecules are some of the most important tools we have. Scientists can basically attach the gene for making light to another gene they want to study. It's like putting a tiny little light bulb on it. When that gene turns on, the cell glows. This lets us watch things happen inside living creatures in real time. We can watch a tumor grow, track how an infection spreads, or even test if water is clean in minutes just by seeing if any microbes in it glow. And it doesn't stop there. People are even researching how to use this to make sustainable, living streetlights. How cool is that? So from a simple chemical reaction that might have started as a way to deal with oxygen, to this incredible toolkit for survival, all the way to a revolutionary tool in our own labs, bioluminescence just shines a light on how complex and amazing life is. It's a reminder that even in the darkest, most mysterious parts of our world, there's still so much light, so many secrets just waiting. And since we've barely explored most of the deep sea, it really makes you wonder, right? What else is down there, glowing in the dark, waiting for us to find it?